It may seem unlikely that anything could be found in the desert, but archaeologists have uncovered surprising and curious findings within the wasteland. Their discoveries in the desert have astonished people worldwide. Keep watching to explore these perplexing discoveries. Number 1. A phone booth. The Mojave Desert in California's Mojave National Preserve is home to a telephone booth located 12 miles away from the nearest paved road. Initially built in 1948, the booth was intended to serve the local volcanic cinder miners. Over the years, it underwent updates until its eventual removal in 2000. To commemorate the spot where the telephone booth once stood, a captivating tombstone adorned with ceramic tiles was erected. The discovery of the Mojave phone booth was made by Godfrey Daniels, who was amazed by the efforts to connect the physical and digital realms in the desert. Driven by curiosity, Daniels decided to test if the phone still worked. With persistence, he dialed the number repeatedly, receiving a busy signal at first. However, he persevered and eventually heard the phone ring. To his surprise, a woman named Laureen, a cinder miner living off the grid, answered on the other end. This encounter confirmed the reality of the phone for Daniels. Following this event, Daniels returned home and created a website dedicated to the Mojave phone booth where he shared its phone number, 760-733-9969. All of these actions took place prior to the booth's removal in 2000. Number 2. Coober Pedy. The video depicts Coober Pedy, an Australian mining town where people have chosen to live underground due to extreme weather conditions. Opals have been valued and extracted since ancient times, with Australia emerging as the main source since the 1880s. During the 1920s, miners flocked to Australia, specifically Coober Pedy, in pursuit of these vibrant gemstones. Out of all the towns in Australia, Coober Pedy stands out as the largest producer of opals by weight. The town's deep association with opal mining is evident in its sign, featuring a mining truck. While excavating their homes, many homeowners stumbled upon opal, and some even unintentionally damaged their neighbors' houses through blasting. As a result, mining in residential areas was prohibited. Around 1,700 people reside in the town, predominantly working in mining-related roles. To escape the harsh desert heat, they live in subterranean dwellings. This underground network also encompasses public bars and a hotel. In 1985, Coober Pedy gained widespread recognition after serving as a filming location for Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Number 3. Missing pieces of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Recently, additional sections of an approximately 2,000-year-old scroll were unearthed in the Cave of Horror near the western coast of the Dead Sea. This discovery serves as a reminder of the complicated history surrounding the Dead Sea Scrolls, a collection of ancient Jewish religious writings. These scrolls, dating from the 3rd century BC to the 1st century AD, were initially found in the Qumran caves in the Judean desert in 1946. They hold significant importance in terms of history, religion, and linguistics, as they contain the second oldest known accounts of the Holy Bible. The new fragments were discovered as part of an initiative by the Israel Antiquities Authority to locate additional manuscripts. The cave earned its nickname, Cave of Horror, due to the numerous skeletons, including those of children, found within. Among these remains personal documents, a partially preserved Hebrew prayer, and the scroll to which these fragments belong were also present, strategically hidden at the rear of the cave for safekeeping. Number 4. A working USB stick. Scientists from NIWA made an interesting discovery: an operational USB stick on the southern tip of New Zealand's South Island. Strangely enough, the USB drive was found inside the feces of a leopard seal preserved in an NIWA freezer since November 2017. After defrosting, volunteers carefully separated the bones, feathers, seaweed, and other materials from the poop, eventually stumbling upon the USB drive. Testing it revealed pictures of sea lions and a video showing someone kayaking with a seal and her pup swimming nearby. Now NIWA is seeking the owner of the drive, hoping to exchange its return for more information. Although the scientists acknowledge that USB drives are easy to misplace due to their small size, how did this one end up in the wilderness? It will be intriguing to find out who comes forward to unravel the mystery behind this enigmatic USB drive. Number 5. A shipwreck with gold. In April 2008, the wreckage of a 500-year-old Portuguese ship filled with gold coins was unearthed in a Namibian desert by miners from the diamond company De Beers. The value of the gold is estimated to be over £9 million. The wreckage belonged to the Bom Jesus, a ship that disappeared in 1533 with its entire crew near the Namibian diamond mining town of Oranjemund. Alongside the gold coins, other items like religious artifacts, clothing, and the bones of a sailor were found, providing insights into the historical period of the shipwreck. The bones can give archaeologists an idea of the sailor's diet. This discovery is part of a series of shipwrecks found on the outskirts of the desert in recent years, with the oldest being the Vlissingen, which washed ashore in Mayo Bay in 1747. Number 6. Wheel structures. A multitude of stone structures arranged in geometric patterns have been unearthed in Jordan's Azraq oasis, shedding light on ancient civilizations in the region. Among these findings are two wheel-shaped patterns that are estimated to be around 8,500 years old, predating Peru's renowned NAZCA lines. These discoveries were made by pilots during World War I, with RAF Flight Lieutenant Percy Maitland documenting them in the journal Antiquity in 1927. Referred to as the works of the old men by the Bedouin, the structures encompass various intriguing formations, including wheels with extending spokes, kites used for hunting, pendants made of stone cairns, and meandering walls. Standing several hundred feet tall, these enigmatic structures have sparked debates among researchers regarding their purpose, with some suggesting a connection to burials, although the diverse nature of the wheels implies potential alternative uses. Number 7. The abandoned domes of Casa Grande. The domes at Casa Grande, Arizona are eerie constructions that appear as if they were transported from another planet to the Sonoran Desert. They have become a popular attraction for tourists who have various rumors surrounding them, including drug parties, UFO sightings, and supernatural encounters. These abandoned buildings were created using balloons, foam, and concrete, but time has taken its toll, leaving the concrete deteriorated and holes in the walls and ceilings. These deteriorations may have contributed to the development of ghost stories and speculation about illegal activities. Originally, these structures were constructed by Intercon Technology, a computer circuit board manufacturer, with the intention of relocating their company to the Phoenix area from California. However, due to financial difficulties, the company was unable to proceed with the move after investing around $150,000 in each building. In 1984, the bank seized the properties, leaving the domes deserted in the desert south of Phoenix. Number 8. A fake Prada store. A counterfeit Prada store has been discovered in the Chihuahuan Desert in Texas, close to the town of Marfa. This unexpected location has become a popular attraction for both visitors and vandals. The store, known as Prada Marfa, is actually an art installation created by artists Michael Elmgreen and Inger Dragset in 2005. The project received financial support from the Art Production Fund, APF, and Ballroom Marfa. The artists are recognized for their works that critique societal trends. The replica store houses genuine Prada items, although the doors cannot be opened. Originally, the artists planned for nature to gradually degrade the site, but it was vandalized shortly after its debut. Despite the graffiti, the location remains a renowned destination for tourists and celebrities. Number 9. Mysterious patterns. Google Maps has recently captured images of intriguing structures and designs etched into China's barren desert. These patterns are suspected to serve as a means for China's spy and radar satellites. The formations consist of randomly zigzagging white lines arranged in a grid. Research technician Jonathan Hill suggests that this grid, measuring around 0.65 miles wide and 1.15 miles long, was used by the satellite cameras to navigate their position in space. Hill draws a comparison to the White Cross located in Casa Grande, Aries, used by the U.S. military in the past for calibrating Corona spy satellites. This speculation sheds some light on the enigmatic patterns. Additionally, some experts believe that the lines indicate military testing in the area, supported by other images showing the movement of structures, further implying military involvement. A similar peculiar pattern was previously observed in Egypt, leading many to speculate about extraterrestrial causes. Number 10. Mysterious Whale Graveyard. The discovery of over 75 whale fossils in Chile's Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, remains a mystery to scientists. The Smithsonian Institute's team of researchers found this puzzling whale graveyard about half a mile away from the ocean. Among the findings were about 20 fully intact skeletons of ancient whales. These bones were found together in a line on a road, indicating that all the whales perished at the same time. The fossils include adult and juvenile baleen whales, a type of walrus whale, an extinct species of sperm whale, an extinct species of dolphin, and possibly remains from a seal or sea lion. How these animals ended up in the desert is still unclear. Some theories suggest that they may have swam onto land and died there, but no definitive answer has been found yet. This event, known as mass beaching, likely occurred millions of years ago when the Atacama Desert was closer to the Pacific Ocean. The whales may have died either from the lagoon drying up or from being prevented from returning to the sea due to a natural disaster, like an earthquake or landslide. Number 11. 65 FT Buried Boat. In the ancient Egyptian necropolis of Abuser, a remarkable wooden boat measuring 60 feet has been found preserved by the Sahara's sands for over 4,500 years. Despite being caulked with plant materials, the boat's cedar planks and rib seams have remained intact. Surprisingly, this magnificent boat, constructed with costly imported wood, was discovered in the burial site of a commoner, which amazed the archaeologists. It was a common practice in ancient Egypt to bury the royals with their belongings. However, the precise owner of the boat is still unknown. Not far from the boat, around 12 meters to the south, a stone bowl was discovered within a spacious underground chamber. This bowl carries an inscription from King Huni of the Third Dynasty, suggesting that the tomb belonged to a highly esteemed official of that era. Unfortunately, the name or title of the tomb owner remains elusive. Regardless, the boat itself serves as evidence that the tomb's occupant held an extraordinary status during their lifetime. The exceptionally well-preserved boat will provide researchers with valuable insights into ancient Egyptian seafaring and shipbuilding techniques. Number 12. Video game cartridges. A group of documentary filmmakers discovered a large number of E.T. the extraterrestrial video game cartridges made by Atari Inc. in a New Mexico landfill. These cartridges, totaling around 800,000, were infamous for being the worst video game ever made, and were partly responsible for the decline of Atari in the 1980s. The game was hastily created to coincide with the release of the successful 1982 movie E.T. the Extraterrestrial, but it failed to meet expectations. Atari, the creator of the game, had to clandestinely bury the cartridges in a deep trench on a 300-acre property in the New Mexico desert. They even paid the government of Alamogordo to assist in dumping the cartridges in the city's landfills. Atari denied any knowledge of the game's whereabouts or what had happened to them, adding to their mythical status. When they were finally discovered, it was a momentous event. Number 13. A hidden swimming pool. A pool located in the middle of a desert is not something that anyone would expect to exist, but an artist has managed to create one. Artist Alfredo Barzulia designed the pool, called Social Pool, as both an artwork and a social experiment. However, this is not your typical pool where you can freely have fun and engage in various activities. It is quite difficult to access as it is situated quite a distance away from the closest road, with no trails or signs to guide you. Moreover, only one person or a small group can use the pool at a time, and visitors are required to replenish it with a gallon of fresh water after use. On the positive side, the pool is equipped with a solar-powered water filter. Barzuglia's intention behind this swimming pool is to mock the culture that values instant gratification in art. Although it offers a luxurious pool experience, it requires individuals to embark on a heroic and potentially dangerous quest to discover and utilize it. What are your thoughts on this? Would you ever attempt to locate and utilize such a mysterious pool? Share your opinions in the comments section. Number 14. Desert Breath. A massive artwork called Desert Breath emerged from the Egyptian desert, leading some to believe it was an extraterrestrial landing spot, an ancient structure, or a disappearing masterpiece. The creation of Dane Stratu, Alexandra Stratou and Stella Constantinides, this impressive artwork covers 1,076 square feet and serves as an homage to the desert as a mental landscape. Located not far from the Red Sea, this art installation has perplexed countless tourists and explorers since its inception in March 1997. Spanning 360 meters in length and 300 meters in width, it comprises 2 sand and hole spirals, as well as 89 cones. Previously featuring a small lake at its core, the site has since dried up. Following years of obscurity, Desert Breath was recently rediscovered on Google Earth, retaining an otherworldly appeal while also symbolizing the passing of time. Number 15. A mysterious lake. The story of the enigmatic lake in the Tunisian desert is likely unfamiliar to you. Suddenly, a vast expanse of turquoise water emerged out of nowhere, replacing the scorching sand within minutes. This newfound lake, situated in a canyon 25 kilometers away from Gafsa and en route to Lares, quickly became a popular tourist destination. Astonished by the lake's sudden existence, numerous locals flocked to what is now called Lac de Gafsa, or Gafsa Beach. Despite warnings of potential contamination with carcinogenic substances, disease, or even radiation, they eagerly splashed, paddled, dove, and jumped from rocks into the water. Although the water eventually turned a murky green color, the locals remained unconcerned. There were varied beliefs regarding the lake's mysterious appearance. Some perceived it as a miraculous occurrence, while others considered it a curse. Meti Balel, who came across the lake while returning from a wedding in the northern part of the country, believed it to be a result of magic. However, all are hopeful that the lake is safe for swimmers. Number 16. Concrete arrows. In 2013, a large number of concrete arrows were found in an American desert. The purpose of these arrows remained unknown until Brian and Charlotte Smith conducted a thorough investigation. They discovered that the arrows were actually created between 1923 and 1934 as a way to guide mail pilots. These arrows formed a transcontinental airway system connecting the Atlantic and Pacific coasts. By 1933, there were a total of 1,500 beacons and 18,000 miles of routes. Interestingly, these arrows were built as an alternative to modern-day satellites and GPS. The arrows were illuminated by nearby beacons, which were spaced 25 miles apart. They were painted yellow to make them more visible. However, many of the beacons have now become overgrown by grass, and most of the light towers have disappeared. As a result, the arrows now appear abandoned, with faded paint on the remaining indicators. According to reports from the Journal of Air Traffic Control, the beacons were officially decommissioned in the 1970s. Brian and Charlotte Smith, the couple who carried out the investigation, currently run a website dedicated to these arrows and their significance. If you have been amazed by any of these discoveries, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Number 17. Slab City. Located in the remote Sonoran Desert on the eastern edge of the Salton Sea, Slab City is a secluded desert community that was established on the grounds of Camp Dunlop. This area was requisitioned by the military prior to the United States' involvement in World War II, serving as a training base for Marine field and anti-aircraft artillery units. When the war ended, the Navy decommissioned the base, leaving behind only the concrete slabs that once housed the buildings. These slabs now make up the foundation of Slab City, as it is locally known. Over time, this unique community has become a haven for transient individuals who have been cast out from society. Living completely off the grid, Slab City lacks basic city services such as water, electricity, sewage, and waste management. Residents must bring all their necessities with them. Despite these circumstances, visiting Slab City offers a distinctive experience. Number 18. Mysterious NAZCA geoglyphs. 168 geoglyphs were recently discovered in Peru's Nazca Desert, also known as the Nazca Lines, expanding the already vast collection of ancient images. Researchers at Yamagata University in Japan identified these new drawings, which depict various creatures such as humans, camelids, birds, killer whales, felines, and snakes. The Nazca people created these geoglyphs several millennia ago by removing black stones from the ground to reveal the white sandy surface beneath. on which they formed their designs. The newly found geoglyphs likely originated from 100 BC to AD 300, while previously discovered NAZCA lines may date back even further to 400 BC. Interestingly, one of the human figures in the newly discovered geoglyphs bears a striking resemblance to Homer Simpson, featuring exaggerated cartoonish eyes and a stubble-like area around the mouth. The exploration of these geoglyphs involved the use of aerial photos and drones from June 2019 to February 2020. Number 19. Music playing on repeat. The music currently playing in the Namib Desert, located on the west coast of southern Africa, could potentially represent the essence of time itself. Being the oldest desert in the world at 55 million years old, the Namibian desert serves as the backdrop for the iconic song Africa by Toto. To experience this unique occurrence, multimedia artist Max Seidenthoff has cleverly set up 6 speakers connected to a single MP3 player, which continuously plays the full track of Toto's masterpiece for a duration of 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Powered by solar energy, the speakers are intended to endure indefinitely, only susceptible to potential harm caused by natural disasters or theft. Seidenthoff made sure to utilize resilient materials during the installation process, providing protection against the harsh desert winds. While the precise location of the speakers remains unknown, it is certain that they are situated somewhere within the heart of the desert. Number 20. Horned kangaroo skulls. In 2003, the first complete skulls of peculiar horned kangaroos were unearthed from an extensive collection of fossils beneath Australia's Nullarbor Desert. Prior to this discovery, John Long and his colleagues had found fragments of a horned kangaroo skull and complete skeletons of a giant marsupial lion called the thylacole during an excavation in 2002. In the recent dig, the team uncovered 2 intact horned kangaroo skulls along with their partial skeletons. They also found 2 more thylacole skeletons, as well as fossils belonging to 3 other previously unknown kangaroo species. These sites were estimated to be around 200,000 to 500,000 years old, but their actual age can only be determined through radiometric dating. The ancient kangaroos inhabited various parts of ancient Australia, mainly the Nullarbor region, and accounted for 50% of all skeletal remains found at the sites. These kangaroos can be recognized by their front incisors, which have high crowns and a thick layer of enamel. As the new kangaroo species are yet to be named, they are currently referred to as unidentified. Furthermore, skeletons with identical teeth as the ancient kangaroo have been discovered at a site on the Yorke Peninsula and in northern South Australia.